You know, RV life isn't always beautiful campsites and perfect travel days. Today was one of those days where nothing seemed to go right. We hit the road expecting smooth sailing, but instead, we ran into multiple tire issues that slowed us down and left us sweating in the heat. And as if that wasn't enough, the rough roads shook up our fridge so badly that we ended up with another giant mess inside. It's one of those travel days that reminds us why we always need to stay prepared and roll with the punches, even when it feels like the punches keep coming. So stick around as we take you through this crazy day and share how we handled the chaos.
What are we doing, buddy? Gonna go see some stuff? Meet some people? We are at the RV museum, and I think it's also in Elkhart, I think. But we had to drop the rig off to get some work done at MORryde. We'll get into that here in just a little bit, but we're gonna stop here. We've got probably an hour to kill, so we're gonna check out the RV museum, and we don't wanna leave the animals in the truck, so we're just taking them in with us, the cat and the dog. So we got our fancy little cart here. We're just gonna put the cat carrier in that baby and cart them around. And I don't know how this is gonna work out. I hope it fits. Uh-oh, it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close.
They may be in there cockeyed. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. What are you guys doing in there? Well, look at that.
This is why we kept this wagon.
Yeah, we were going to get rid of it, but because it's a little small to be carrying chairs around in. But hey, I guess it was free, so it's definitely worth it. All right, that is officially the smallest Airstream I have ever seen.
Yeah. Smallest Airstream ever built.
Well, there we go. I'm not wrong.
This is only one of 3 house cars built by the Pierce Aero Company before the Great Depression of 1929. And it's an example of a high-end house car in the 1920s.
What's up, buddy? Did you find some friends? Huh? Did you find some friends? All right, most of you guys are going to recognize this one right here. You know that? You know where that's from, right? Mm-hmm. That's the bird right there. Yeah. So let's go check this one out. Come on. Come on, buddy. It's not water. It's a floor, bud. Take it in there and set it down. It's an actual floor, buddy. Okay, so that little fiasco was the fact that Wicket hates water. And kind of at first glance, that looks like water, or it looks like something weird. And he was having nothing to do with it. Now, he's like, no thanks, Mom. I'm good. Now, I don't know what I said earlier, but it's the RV and Motorhome Museum and the RV Hall of Fame. So we really just did the museum. Didn't really care to do the Hall of Fame, but the museum was really kind of cool. I was, I don't know, I was didn't know what to expect for 20 bucks. I wasn't sure if it was going to be worth it, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it was really cool seeing all the campers, how they've improved and aged, and like what they looked like way back when. Especially all that gorgeous real wood.
Some of them were little more than just like, I don't know, I felt like they were covered wagons.
Essentially.
Just a little bit more than a covered wagon, but it was really neat to see. And I'll be honest with you, the coolest thing for me was to see the bird. I think that that's something that, you know, we've seen on TV a lot, and no matter really who was driving it, it was just really cool to see that in there in person, and just think about what that was like when they were in there living in it, I think for a year. Because they didn't really, I mean, they did some upgrades to it. They put a bunch of solar and that kind of stuff in it, but for the most part, that interior was all original.
It looked like it, yeah.
So that would be, I don't know, I think that would have been really interesting to stay in that for a year. So for me, that was maybe my highlight. I don't know. There were a lot of really cool things in there, but if you got, you know, an hour or two to kill and you're in the area up here in Elkhart, check out the RV Hall of Fame, RV Museum, RV and Motorhome Museum, and the RV Hall of Fame. You probably won't be disappointed.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah. Now we're headed back over to the MORryde folks. Hopefully they'll get our RV done here fairly soon. We can get on the road. We've still got about another 3 hour, but we still got about a 3 hour drive today to get to where we're going. So I don't know. I'm hoping this isn't going to turn into a super long day. I mentioned previously that we had to stop at MORryde this morning because we had a little bit of an issue. We noticed that one of our tires was almost completely bald, and so because we were at the rally, I stopped by, talked to the MORryde folks. They were super helpful, and they took the time out of their day today to get us in the shop. They actually made some space for us to take care of that issue. So this is Lindsay from MORryde. She's been super helpful, guys, and I'm just going to let her talk about what they did and then talk a little bit about kind of some annual maintenance things that we need to be looking at.
So we took you in, we did an alignment, we did find some, of course, tire wear. So we did a regular alignment. We also found a missing caliper bolt, so we made sure that you had both your caliper bolts intact and torqued down correctly. So we got that fixed up, and then of course we just did an overall inspection of the system. Springs, bolts, nuts, all that stuff. Made sure everything's torqued down correctly so that you're leaving here 100% how we want you to leave. So yearly maintenance on this is $12,000 to $15,000 or once a year for a bearing pack. There is no set alignment, so we are watching tire wear. So you did a good thing. You noticed bad tire wear, and then you called, so that was perfect. And then of course just general inspection, walk around your unit before you travel.
Absolutely, every time.
Yep.
All right, perfect. Great information, guys. Again, they were super helpful here. They got us in with basically no appointment or anything. We just kind of showed up and they were like, all right, let's do this. Pulled right into the bay and got it done. So big shout out to Lindsay here. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks.
If it's going to be one of those days or not, but we left the MORryde joint and had my window cracked a little bit going down the road, and I heard some clickety clacking and pulled over into parking lot, and we've got a pretty good sized bolt in the tire, so we're gonna have to get that fixed. And I'm talking about on the truck now, not on the rig. So we're gonna have to unhook here. If we can get some roadside assistance to come do it for us quickly, that would be great. I don't know if that's gonna happen quickly, so I don't know. We'll see if it's gonna be a little while. I'll just get this done myself, but I'm always about using the services that I pay for anyway, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, what'd they say?
They said they will text us when they find a provider and give us an update on timing.
Well, all right, so let's go ahead and start getting unhitched. Let's go ahead and get all the tools out that we need just in case we have to do it ourselves.
Okay.
All right. What do you think, buddy? Huh? You gonna help?
I still haven't cooled down from...
I know, from MORryde.
Yeah.
Standing out there, I know. But what time is it? It is 1:15 right now.
This is why, another reason why we like short drive days.
Short drive days, getting in early.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right, so we need the bottle jack.
Okay.
Right there underneath. And
There should be a set of tools.
yep.
Okay.
And then grab one of those jack stands.
These.
Yep. We got to make her do some of this work, guys. Right? All right, so all of you gearheads out there, you tell me. I've got a 350 foot-pound torque gun here, and it's not getting these tires off. Or it's not getting those wheel lugs off. So you tell me, am I doing something wrong, or are these things just completely over tightened? Got the old tire off, got the spare tire put on there, not without a little bit of difficulty, but I wanted to know what I'm supposed to torque these down to. And so Candace looked in the manual. I checked with ChatGPT. If you guys haven't been using ChatGPT for just your everyday lives, it's like having a personal assistant who knows everything about everything. Now, I understand that you always need to verify what you find on the internet, but I so far have not found anything on ChatGPT that has been wrong. This is not a ChatGPT commercial. Sorry, did that right over your face. But if you're not using ChatGPT in your daily life, you are missing out.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's right. So 140 pounds, ChatGPT, 140 pounds on the manual. I think that's what we're going with. Perfect. All right. Let's try this again.
Yes, without the oops. Yes, that way.
On the road again. And that was not an experience I ever want to do again. It's not terribly difficult, changing a tire, but it was super hot.
Yes. I don't know. It's got to be close to
There was
85, but
there was a heat advisory for today, so that's I got
feels
the heat
like 92.
Yeah, I got the heat advisory this morning, so and humid.
Yeah.
And I'd never changed a tire on this truck before, so the first thing was that somebody way over torqued the tires back there. They're supposed to be at 140 foot-pounds. I got a 350 foot-pound impact wrench, and it took freaking forever. The second thing was I couldn't figure out how to get the cap off because it's got these plastic, like decorative lug nuts, and they actually, the cap fits on there, and then the plastic lug nuts actually screw onto the lug nuts. I didn't know that. So luckily we had some friends that were able to explain it.
Yes. Because like there were videos online and somebody was like, well, you know, I cut mine off with a Dremel, or you pop them off with a screwdriver.
Yeah, which I couldn't do without damaging the cap and making it ugly.
Yeah, so yeah, it took forever.
But now we're on the road. We stopped at Casey's. We got ourselves something to eat. Just more water, and we got about 2 hours to go.
Yes.
And I've already said it. nothing else is allowed to happen.
Nothing.
So, so I'm also glad that we got that full hookup site instead of having to worry about whether or not we're going to have power at that Boondockers Welcome. So,
Yeah, especially when it's 3:30.
Yeah, it's
We're not going to
3:30.
get in until 5:30.
the electric's first come, first served. So
Yeah.
we probably would have not gotten it, and then
Yeah.
we'd have had to worry about that. We could have made it through the night, but
And I don't have to worry about the tank because I can do laundry.
Yeah. If we feel like doing
you
laundry.
had. Oh, you were going to flush the black tank.
Yeah. So still lots of work to do, even
Yeah.
after we pull in.
Yeah, because I have to do laundry because we're doing 3 days of boondocking.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, that's it. We're on the road,
Yep.
tired, and
Yeah.
ready to just listen to some music.
Yes.
We've all had those travel days that didn't go so smoothly, right? That was today for us. So it started out, it's been a long day. Had to get up early because we had to be at MORryde at 9 o'clock this
9,
morning.
yeah.
So normally we're not even getting on the road till somewhere between 10 and 11. So it was an early day.
Early day.
Got to MORryde, got all that done. We left MORryde at maybe 1 o'clock-ish or so. Had to change the tire, which wasn't such a big deal except it was so hot outside. Okay, so then we get down
Yeah.
the road, and then what?
Then, as we're leaving Indiana, getting into Ohio, we get to the toll plaza. This guy with this Easy Pass, and his Easy Pass won't work. Well, he's in front of us, we're behind, there's concrete barriers. We can't back up, he can't back up. And it took, I don't know, what was it, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's probably 10 minutes.
10 minutes sitting there, and those were the worst roads ever. So Jeremy decided to pull to the left
Oh,
here
blame it on me.
in the Easy Pass toll booth here. And unfortunately, the guy that we got behind, I guess his Easy Pass is not working. There are no attendants besides this guy, I think, was working on the one to the left of us. And we keep having people like literally pull behind us. Like, can you not see that we're not going anywhere? So I don't know what we're doing. Hopefully he's just gonna raise it. Finally, hopefully it recognizes our, look at that. Okay, so we just went through the toll booth. You pay to use the highways because they're supposed to be keeping up with them, but this is one of the worst roads we've been on. I mean, just getting into the toll booth and out of it, it was just chugga, 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 chugga. So, I don't know what we just paid for.
And then
Yeah, it
we
was
pulled
another-
in.
Yep, and you checked the power pedestal. Why don't
Oh, yeah.
you?
So I checked the power pedestal, and it was reading about 111 on one line and about 120 on the other line. So that was okay. So we got plugged in. We got all 3 ACs running, and I'm just kind of watching my surge protector. I've got the Power Watchdog, so I can see what's going on with it remotely via Bluetooth. And normally I don't like to see anything less than about 108, and I kept seeing it dip down to about 104, but it would only do it momentarily. So I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. So I looked up to see when the Power Watchdog will shut off. Supposedly it's 104. But there may be a time delay in there. You know, it may need to dip down below 104 for, X number of minutes or whatever. Because I did actually see it get down to 103. So I'm just going to kind of have to keep an eye on that, because we certainly don't want to have any damage to any of our electrical components on the rig because our voltage is too low. So I got all that hooked up and came inside to talk to Candace for some reason, and she said, oh, well, you're going to have to help me because
Our refrigerator opened again in transit. So if you've been watching, you know that we've had issues. Our refrigerator does not lock, so we had to get a suction cup shower grab bar to hold the doors closed. Something that we saw on some of our 390 Facebook groups is to use one of these shower suction cup grab bars. So luckily we are parked right across the street from a True Value. They happen to have this, otherwise Walmart was about a mile up the road. But you just stick it on there pop those down. Well, we hit such bad roads that the shelves pushed forward, the bins pushed forward with like the condiments and whatnot, and we had I think 2 bins ended up completely coming out of the fridge. One of them had our Kalamata olives. That was the only jar that opened, but we had Kalamata olives. Luckily, it was down to about, I don't know, the last like inch.
Yeah, but it still kind of looked like a bloodbath in there.
It did.
Here we go again, guys. We have a refrigerator that came open underway, and it is a freaking disaster. Nothing in the way down there?
Not as far as bottles.
Okay.
I think we've got some food down there.
Oh, that looks delicious.
All right, so none of it's being dragged through.
Okay, we got some olives on the floor. This is not as bad as before. This is not nearly as bad as before.
This is not as bad as before, no.
So, a little bit of cleanup to do. I think your whatever you did in there to keep, I don't know, all that stuff in there, it worked. Well, can you handle it, or?
Yes, I can handle this.
Okay.
Now that I know that there's...
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Oh, you got a little, little olive trail.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, dear. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
We had Kalamata juice and olives, and where like the juice had trailed, it was up the front of the stove.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Up the island. It was up under the island. It was underneath.
But at least
the
it wasn't as
slide.
bad as the initial time that it happened to us, where pretty much the majority of the contents came out of the fridge.
Yes. The entire refrigerator is on the floor.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah. I don't know if you can.
Oh boy. So the pillow idea didn't work for us. And then all I wanted was a cold beer. And because the refrigerator was open all day long, all I had was like a lukewarm beer.
Yeah.
So I took a cold shower and had a lukewarm beer, and that's where we are right now. We're about to take Wicket for a walk, and no more shenanigans tonight.
Yeah, so I need to look up and see what was in the fridge that is probably bad. Like, is the lunch meat still good?
Hopefully it wasn't the leftovers from last night that we just ate.
We just ate.
Because we're screwed if it is. So
we'll let you know if tonight goes really wonky.
Yeah, so all right, we're going to take Wicket for a walk, and then we're going to call it a night. We're going to watch some NCIS.
In the air conditioning.
In the air conditioning, and then probably go to bed a little bit early.
Yes.
We're only here for one night. We're heading out tomorrow to
Close
another
to
Harvest Host.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, something
Pittsburgh,
like that.
yeah.
So anyway, that's it.
Oh,
Have a
guess
good...
what? In Pittsburgh, there's a museum for the Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, well, we might have to go see that.
Oh, he's a huge, like, zombie.
Yeah, I like zombies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.
Well, that's it for today's adventure. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that you've got to be ready for anything, especially on days like this. But if you think today was rough, wait until you hear what we really hate about full-time RV living. In our next video, we're pulling back the curtain and talking about the not-so-glamorous side of RV life. We get real about what drives us crazy on the road.
I feel like this one right here, they took Grandma's kitchen and made an RV out of it.
I don't think the cats know what's going on either.
Yeah, probably not. They're like, what in the heck?
This is the first.
Yeah.